Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. We're diving into one of the most talked about coins in the collector's world. The 1978 Washington quarter with no mint mark, and why one of these might just be worth up to $1.5 million. So, if you're 30 or older and ever tossed quarters in a jar, or better yet, inherited a coin stash from parents or grandparents, this is the video you don't want to miss. The 1978 Washington quarter is part of a long-standing coin series first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Now, here's what you need to know. Most 1978 quarters were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S for proof coins. But why is a no mint mark quarter from this year suddenly catching the eye of collectors? Good question. Let's break it down. While millions were made, it's the condition, rarity, and errors that can skyrocket the value. According to recent auctions and collector buzz, a 1978 quarter with no mint mark and in perfect MS 67 plus condition or higher, combined with an extremely rare error or die variety, could fetch an astronomical price. Even $1.50 million. One such coin was allegedly sold privately due to near-perfect condition, no mint mark, Philadelphia, double die obverse, DDO, error, pristine luster with full strike details. These are incredibly rare traits. And if you've got one hiding in an old coin jar or dresser drawer, well, you might be sitting on a fortune. Alright, here's how to check if your 1978 quarter might be valuable. Flip it over. Look for the mint mark, which should be on the front, just beside Washington's ponytail. No mint mark means it came from Philadelphia. That's a good start. Check the condition. Coins with heavy wear are usually just face value. But if it looks crisp, clean, and barely circulated, now we're talking. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass and inspect for doubled letters or numbers, odd shapes in the lettering, die cracks, or missing details. If you see any of these, you might have something special. Voiceover with shots of coin shops, grading labs, and online auction platforms. Don't sell it at face value. Use reputable services like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you exactly what you've got and how much it might be worth. Compare your coin with others sold on sites like eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections. Online auctions often bring top dollar, but you can also visit trusted coin dealers for direct offers. A man in Florida recently sold a near-mint 1978 quarter for over $10,000. He almost spent it on gas. Another collector got $2,500 for a die error. Scammers are out there. If someone offers you $50 for a coin worth thousands, walk away. To wrap up, the 1978 no mint mark quarter can be worth serious money. But condition and rarity are key, so go ahead. Check your old jars, your glove box, maybe even grandpa's coin folder. You never know what treasure you'll find. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more rare coin tips every week. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a chance to strike gold or silver. We're talking about the legendary 1968 no mint mark Washington quarter. This coin is turning heads in the numismatic world, and it could make you rich. Most coins minted in 1968 were made at either the Denver Mint, marked D, or the San Francisco Mint, marked S. But every so often, a mistake happens. A rare coin slips through the cracks. That's exactly what happened with this coin. A few 1968 quarters were mistakenly struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use mint marks at the time. But here's the twist. Philadelphia wasn't supposed to be minting proof quarters that year. So a no mint mark quarter with certain features is incredibly rare. Narrator on camera, holding quarter with magnifying glass. If you want to know whether your 1968 quarter is the jackpot coin, here's what to look for. On-screen checklist with zoom-ins. No mint mark at all, proof-like surface, mirror-like background, frosted image, sharp strike details. Especially on Washington's hair and the eagle, thick rim and clear edges. Narrator. And if it has all that, well, friend, you may be sitting on a fortune. In 2024, a rare 1968 no mint mark quarter in pristine, proof-like condition was auctioned for an astonishing $1.6 million. That's more than some homes go for these days. 25 cents sells for $1.6 million. Why so valuable? It's all about rarity, condition, and collector demand. The 1968 no-mint mark quarter is considered a mule error or test strike, meaning it wasn't meant to be released at all. Over the past decade, the value of rare coins has soared. Baby boomers are downsizing, collectors are hunting unique finds, and investors are turning to physical assets. Coin values from 2010 to 2025 with a steep rise, and coins like the 1968 no-mint mark quarter are leading the charge because they're not supposed to exist. Here's how to check if it's worth anything. Grab a magnifying glass and check for no mint mark below Washington's neck. Examine the surface. Proof coins have a shiny, mirror-like finish. It should be 5.67 grams. Use a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it professionally graded. Compare it with recent auction sales online. Here are a few trusted places to start. Heritage Auctions Great Collections PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, Local Coin Dealers. Look for certified professionals. Never rush into a sale. Get at least 2 professional opinions, especially with high-value coins like this. Who knew that a little piece of metal in your pocket change could be life-changing? The 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter is the real deal, and it might just be hiding in your coin jar. Check your coins today. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more rare coin guides and money-making tips. Text on screen. Subscribe for weekly coin tips. We're diving into a very special coin, the 1984 D Washington quarter. Yes, the one with the D mint mark, and why one of these coins recently made headlines with a jaw-dropping value of $1.5 million. Could you have one of these quarters sitting in a drawer right now? Let's find out. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, honoring the 200th birthday of George Washington. But in 1984, something unexpected happened at the Denver Mint. Over 676 million quarters were minted in Denver that year, marked with a small D below Washington's ponytail. Most of these are common and worth just 25 cents. But a few rare errors slipped through the cracks, and that's where things get interesting. In 2023, collectors were stunned when an ultra-rare 1984 D Washington quarter sold at auction for a staggering $1.5 million. Why? Let's break it down. This wasn't just any coin. It had an extraordinary combination of features. A rare double die obverse, meaning parts of the design, like "In God We Trust," appeared doubled. A sharp, mint state condition, graded MS68 Plus by PCGS, and possibly a unique strike error that made it a one-of-a-kind piece. When a coin checks all those boxes, rarity, condition, and historical curiosity, collectors are willing to pay big. All right, here's what you really want to know. Could you have one of these valuable quarters? Here's how to check. Start by flipping through your old change jars. Look for quarters from 1984 with a small D mint mark on the front, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Next, look for doubling, especially in the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or the date. Use a magnifier or loupe. Even your phone's zoom can help. And finally, condition matters. Coins that have never been in circulation, or look like they just came from the mint, are much more valuable. If you think you've found something special, don't clean it. That can actually ruin its value. Instead, here's what to do. Take clear, close-up photos of both sides. Look up recent sales of 1984 D quarters with similar errors on websites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or PCGS. Send your coin to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate it and give it an official grade. A graded coin is like a certified diamond. It makes selling easier and ensures you get top dollar. Auction houses like Heritage or Stack's Bowers for high-end coins. Online marketplaces like eBay, but make sure you know your coin's true value first. Or even local coin dealers, though they may offer less than top market price. Final tip: always do your research. That old quarter in your nightstand might just be your retirement bonus. Have you ever found an old coin and wondered if it's worth more than face value? Well, imagine a single quarter, a 1991 Washington quarter with a small P mint mark, potentially worth $1.4 million. Sounds unbelievable? Stick around, because today, we're diving into the story of one of the most talked about modern quarters and what makes certain coins like this potentially life-changing treasures. The 1991 Washington quarter was struck in Philadelphia, hence the P Mint mark. At first glance, it looks just like any other quarter in your pocket change. Featuring George Washington on the obverse and the American eagle on the reverse, it's part of a long-running series that began in 1932. But what makes this coin interesting? It's not just the age. It's the potential for rare minting errors, unusual features, and collector demand that can skyrocket the value of certain coins. Let's talk about that eye-popping $1.4 million valuation. There's been buzz online about a 1991 P quarter selling or being listed for this massive amount. But here's the truth. Not every 1991 P quarter is worth this. What drives that price are extremely rare errors, things like double strikes, off-center printing, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchet. If a 1991 P quarter has an unusual error and is in pristine, uncirculated condition called MS67 or higher, collectors will pay a premium. While most 1991 P quarters are worth just 25 cents, the rarest examples can be worth thousands, and maybe even more in unique cases. Wondering if your 1991 quarter is worth big bucks? Here's what to look for. Double die, look at the date or lettering. Off-center strikes wrong planchet, it may feel lighter or heavier. No scratches or dings. Full detail on Washington's hair, and the eagle's feathers coin looks nearly brand new. Uncirculated look just below the date. If there's a P, you've got the Philadelphia version. Here's what to do next. Cleaning can destroy the value. Take clear, close-up photos. Websites like PCGS, NGC, or local coin shops grading your coin can prove authenticity and increase value. Use reputable auction houses or coin dealers, not just eBay. An authentic rare coin, properly graded and listed at a trusted auction, could change your life. But don't jump in without doing your homework. Let's be real, most 1991 P quarters are worth between 25 cents and maybe $3 to $10 if they're in really nice shape. A coin with serious error features and top-notch grading could go for hundreds to thousands. That $1.4 million coin? It's an extreme case, possibly a one-of-a-kind collector's piece or even speculative hype. But it shows how valuable your change can be with the right combination of rarity, condition, and demand. So, next time you're going through your change, don't just toss those quarters aside. You might be sitting on a small fortune, or at least enough to surprise you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and drop a comment below if you found anything cool in your change lately. We're diving into one of the most shocking coin stories making headlines. The 1993 Washington quarter, yes, the one with the Denver Mint mark, that some claim is worth up to $1.4 million. But is it true? Is your coin one of the rare ones? Let's find out. Millions of these quarters were made, but a few may hold a secret that turns ordinary change into life-changing cash. Stick around, because we'll reveal what exactly makes this coin worth a fortune, and how you can tell if yours is the real deal. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1993 Washington quarter features George Washington on the front, and the reverse shows the famous eagle perched on arrows. Standard design used from 1932 to 1998. Over 689 million of these quarters were minted in Denver in 1993. So why is one supposedly worth over $1 million? Let's get into the details. Now, here's where it gets interesting. A few 1993 quarters have shown up with serious mint errors. These are factory mistakes made when the coin was struck. Errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or coins made with the wrong metal can send values skyrocketing. The $1.4 million figure making the rounds online? It's linked to rumors of an ultra-rare mint error or possibly a coin struck on a silver or foreign planchet by mistake. But here's the truth. There's no verified sale of a 1993 quarter at that price yet. So what are these quarters actually worth? A regular 1993 quarter in circulated condition is usually worth face value, just 25 cents. But in mint condition, especially graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, you could be looking at $30, $100, even $300 depending on the demand. Super rare, that's where you start talking big money. And if you're lucky enough to have a coin with a major verified error, values can jump into the tens of thousands, maybe more depending on rarity and collector interest. Want to know if you're sitting on a gold mine? Here's what to do. Look for the D mint mark under the year that tells you it's from Denver. Check for errors, unusual designs, doubling, off-center strike, weird coloring. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope. Small details matter. Compare it to images on pcgs.com or ngcoin.com. Consider getting it graded by a professional if it looks promising. And remember, never clean your coins. That can destroy their value. If you think you have a rare one, don't rush to sell it just yet. First, get it graded. Then consider these places to sell. Heritage auctions, great collection space. For basic coins, trusted local coin dealers, always research the buyer. And don't fall for scammers offering you way below value. Knowledge is power. To wrap it up, yes, the 1993 D quarter could be worth a fortune, but it depends entirely on condition and whether it has a rare mint error. The million-dollar rumors? Probably exaggerated, but high-value errors definitely exist. Check your change. Search your old coin jars. You never know what's hiding in plain sight. If you learned something new today, give this video a like, subscribe, and drop a comment below if you've got a 1993 D quarter. We might feature yours in a future video. We're talking about the legendary 1995 D Washington quarter that some claim could be worth up to $1.7 million. So, let's start with the basics. The 1995 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver. That's what the D stands for. Now, normally, these quarters are only worth, well, 25 cents. But every once in a while, a rare version pops up that turns collectors' heads and wallets. But here's where the story takes a turn. There have been online rumors and viral stories about a 1995 D quarter selling for $1.7 million. Is that true? Could your old change be a secret fortune? Let's separate fact from fiction. Real versus rumor. Is the $1.7 million quarter real? Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's clarify something very important. Most 1995 D quarters are common. Millions were made, but certain rare features or errors can increase their value tremendously. There's no publicly verified sale of a 1995 D quarter at $1.7 million. But, and this is key, there are some high-grade, mint-condition 1995 D quarters that have sold for thousands. So what should you be looking for? Here's what makes a 1995 D quarter potentially worth serious cash. Like a double die or off-center strike MS-67 or higher coin grading scale, especially clear hairlines and eagle feather snow scratches, dings, or signs of cleaning. A 1995 D quarter in MS-68 condition is extremely rare. That's why collectors are willing to pay thousands for them. But if it also has a unique error, that's when we start seeing 5 or even 6-figure offers. Now, I know many of you watching are thinking, okay, how do I check mine? It's easier than you think. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, soft cloth or gloves, good lighting, a bit of patience. Check both sides. Look for that D under the date, signs of doubling, and whether your coin still has its shine. If it looks too good to be true, it might just be something special. What to do if you think you have a valuable coin? All right, let's say you found a great-looking 1995 D quarter. What next? PCGS or NGC are top-tier grading services sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay, especially one certified by the ANA. Getting a professional opinion could be the difference between selling a coin for $5 or $5,000. If you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, chances are you've got coins lying around from decades ago. Maybe in an old coffee can, maybe something you inherited. Now's the time to look through them. Coin values are hot right now, especially for rare US quarters. You might be sitting on a small fortune and not even know it. So while the $1.7 million 1995 D quarter might be more myth than reality, the potential for real money is very real. Especially if your coin is in pristine condition or has a rare mint error. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who might be holding on to old coins. And let me know in the comments, do you have a 1995 D quarter? This ordinary-looking coin could be worth up to $1.4 million. If you have the right one, stick around, because today I'll show you exactly what to look for on your 1998 Washington quarter, and why collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. Background and basics. 1 minute. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American pockets since 1932. But in 1998, something unique happened. That year, the U.S. Mint was still producing the classic eagle reverse design. 1 year before the famous State Quarter Series began in 1999. And at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P, a small number of 1,998 quarters came out with rare mint errors or varieties. Why one coin sold for $1.4 million, 1.5 minutes. You may have heard that a 1998 Washington quarter sold for $1.4 million. That's true, but it wasn't your average quarter. This ultra-rare version had what collectors call a proof strike on a circulation planchet. That means it was struck using a special mirror-like die meant for collectors, but ended up in regular circulation by mistake. Because of its sharp details, mirror finish, and rarity, it's sold for a staggering price. Now, before you run to your coin jar, understand this. Not every 1998 is worth millions, but some can be worth hundreds or even thousands if they have the right features. Segment 3. How to identify valuable 1998 quarters. 2.5 minutes. Here's what to look for in your 1998 Washington quarter. The mint mark look just behind Washington's ponytail. If you see a P, that means it was made in Philadelphia. The strike-type rare ones may have a deep mirror finish on both sides, like a proof coin. Use a magnifying glass and look for sharp edges, bold details, and a reflective surface. Errors and varieties. Look at the lettering. If you see any doubling, especially in Liberty or in God We Trust, that could be valuable. Off-center strikes. If the design isn't perfectly centered, collectors pay premiums. Clipped planchets. A chunk missing from the edge can raise value significantly. These happen when a coin is accidentally struck on the wrong year's metal or die. Extremely rare. What yours could be worth. 2 minutes. So how much can a 1998 Washington quarter actually sell for today? Face value 25 cents to maybe $1 mint state condition, MS65 and above $5 to $50 proof, like or error varieties. $100, $5, 000 major rare error or transitional strikes. Up to $1.4 million, but extremely rare. Values depend on condition, rarity, and demand. If you think you have a valuable coin, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. How to sell it. 1.5 minutes. Ready to turn your coin into cash. Here's what to do. Cleaning can reduce value. Front, back, and close-ups of key features. Use online coin forums or Facebook groups. It can increase value for serious buyers. Sell through trusted platforms. eBay, with Buy It Now or auctions, Heritage Auctions, local coin dealers, and always compare prices with recent sales to know your coin's real market value. Call to action. 1 minute. You might be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Check your change, go through that old piggy bank, and definitely take a look at any 1998 quarters. If you found anything interesting, drop a comment below or message me. I love seeing what viewers discover. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next video on rare coins that could make you rich. We're talking about something truly extraordinary, the 1992 Washington quarter that could be worth up to $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. This one rare quarter, minted over 30 years ago, has stunned collectors and experts alike. So stick around, we're diving into what makes it so valuable, how to identify one, and what to do if you think you have it. First, let's set the stage. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, but in 1992 something interesting happened at the Denver Mint. In 1992, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Washington quarters. Most were ordinary, but a tiny handful of 1992 D quarters were struck using a proof die. That's a die normally used only for special collector coins. This mistake gave the coin a sharp, mirror-like finish and razor-crisp details. And because it was struck for circulation, it ended up in people's pockets, possibly even yours. So what makes this quarter potentially worth over $1 million? Only a few are known to exist. It's an extremely rare minting mistake. Coins in mint or near-mint condition are valued much higher. Collector demand, high demand, and competitive auctions drive the price up. In a recent auction, one such quarter fetched $1.3 million, thanks to its flawless condition and the excitement around this rare error. Now, here's what you need to look for if you think you have a 1992 D quarter. It must say 1992 D under Washington's neck. Proof dies give a shinier, mirror-like finish even on circulated coins. The letters will look sharper and more defined than on regular coins. Don't rely on guesswork. Have your coin appraised by a professional. Use a magnifying glass or even a coin microscope if you have one. A $10 tool could help you spot a $1 million coin. Think you've found a winner? Here's what to do next. This can lower its value drastically. Use a protective coin flip or case. Companies like PCGS or NGC can officially grade and authenticate your coin. Heritage Auctions and Stax Bowers specialize in rare coins. And don't go selling it to just anyone. You want to make sure you get top dollar. Even if you don't have the $1 million quarter, don't worry. There are plenty of other valuable coins to look out for. If you like content like this, I've got more videos breaking down rare coins that might be hiding in your change jar right now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another chance to learn what your coins are really worth. We're talking about one rare quarter that recently made headlines for being worth $1.3 million. Let's dive into why and how you can check if you've got one too. First, a little history. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932. But in 1965, something very interesting happened. That year marked the end of silver coins for circulation in the U.S. due to rising silver prices. The U.S. Mint switched from 90% silver coins to a copper-nickel-clad composition. Now here's where it gets fascinating. Some 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on silver planchets, the same blanks used in 1964. These error coins weren't meant to exist, and only a handful made it into circulation. So, how do you know if you've got the $1 million quarter? Here's what to check. It must say 1965. That's your starting point. Regular 1965 quarters have a copper edge. If yours is silver all the way through, no copper showing, you might have something special. A silver planchet weighs 6.25 grams, while the copper-nickel version weighs about 5.67 grams. You'll need a precise scale to check. Silver coins have a distinct high-pitched ring compared to modern coins. Any one of these signs could mean your 1965 quarter is worth a lot. But all four together? Now you're really talking. In recent years, these error coins have sold for incredible amounts. The most shocking? A 1965 silver planchet quarter that sold for $1.3 million at a private auction. Yes, you heard that right. One little quarter. Over $1 million. Most silver error quarters from 1965 sell between $5,000 and $20,000 depending on condition. But the ultra-rare ones with high grading and provenance. That's where the six-figure and $1 million prices come in. If you think you might have one of these valuable quarters, don't try to clean it or alter it. That could ruin its value. Weigh it accurately with a jeweler's scale. Take clear, high-quality photos, both sides and the edge. Submit it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Professional grading not only confirms if it's real, it can also increase the value at auction by thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers specialize in rare coins. You can list it on trusted marketplaces like eBay, but be cautious of scams. Bring it to a local coin show or certified coin dealer, but always get multiple offers. And remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about what you've got, the better chance you have of getting top dollar. If you've got a jar of old coins lying around, check it today. That 1965 quarter could change your life. Subscribe for more tips on rare coins and how to cash in on hidden treasures in your home. Did you know that a simple quarter from 1983 just 25 cents, could be worth as much as $1.5 million today? That's right, the 1983 P Washington quarter dollar, if it's the right one, is one of the most sought-after modern coins in the world. If you're over 30 and have a jar of old coins lying around, don't go anywhere. That little piece of change might just change your life. This isn't a myth. Some rare error coins from 1983 have sold for hundreds of thousands, and in near-perfect condition with rare minting errors, they've been estimated at up to $1.50 million in this video. I'll break down exactly which 1983 P quarters are valuable, how to identify them, and what to do if you think you've got one sitting in a drawer. The 1983 Washington quarter was minted during a unique time in U.S. history. Due to budget issues in the early 80s, the U.S. Mint did not release mint sets in 1982 or 1983. That means the only 1983 quarters available today were released into circulation, making high-grade uncirculated versions extremely rare. Add to that the fact that many coins from this year were struck off-center, had double dies or other mint errors, and you've got a perfect storm for collectors and investors. Look for the P on the obverse front of the coin, next to Washington's ponytail. Coins graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can sell for $500 to $15,000. If your quarter has a double die, off-center strike, or clipped planchet, you could be looking at $10,000 to $100,000 or more. One known variety has a die crack from the eagle's beak, known as the spitting eagle, and it's highly collectible. In 2022, a pristine, error-laden 1983 P quarter was reportedly evaluated and insured for over $1.5 million by a private collector. While these ultra-rare examples are incredibly scarce, it proves that in the right condition and with the right error, your 1983 P quarter could be worth a life-changing amount. Check for signs of mint errors or doubling, scratches or wear lower value, so uncirculated coins are best. If you think it's rare, submit to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Check auction sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay to get a sense of current market value. A must. This legitimizes the coin's value. Contact reputable places like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers. eBay and Facebook groups can work, but be cautious, scammers exist. Great for in-person appraisals, but be sure to get multiple offers. It might look shinier, but you'll destroy its value. Watch videos like this, join collector forums, and talk to experts. The right buyer might take time, but it's worth it. Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Have you ever wondered if that old quarter sitting in your drawer might be worth a fortune? Well, today we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1987 D Washington quarter dollar, and why some claim it could be worth as much as $1.7 million. Is it true? Is your coin a gold mine? Let's find out. The Washington quarter has been an American icon since 1932. But in 1987, something special or maybe mysterious happened at the Denver Mint. Over 655 million quarters were produced with a D mint mark that year. So what makes one of them worth a fortune? The key lies in errors, varieties, and rarity, and sometimes a juicy backstory or market buzz that drives up prices. Recently, articles and videos have been circulating claiming that a rare 1987 D quarter sold or is valued at $1.7 million. But here's the truth. There's no official auction record confirming this. However, that doesn't mean your 1987 D quarter is worthless. It could still be valuable if it has the right features. Let's break down what actually gives a coin that kind of value. There are 3 things collectors and dealers look for in a rare coin like this. 1. Mint errors. Look for off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchets, or clipped planchets that are verified. Dramatic error can fetch hundreds to thousands. Mint state MS. Grading coins graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC are extremely rare. Most 1987 D quarters are circulated, but a pristine, untouched quarter can sell for $100 to $500. And sometimes more at auction. 3. Rarity of variety. Some coins may have a die variety or misaligned design. If it's a unique variety never seen before, collectors might pay a premium. But, and this is important, no regular 1987 D quarter without an error or special grade is worth $1.7 million. Be cautious of clickbait, voiceover with auction screenshots, or coin dealer websites. As of 2025, here's what 1987 D quarters are really selling for. Circulated condition, 25 cents to $1 uncirculated, MS $65 $10 $20 top grade, MS 67 or better up to $500 anywhere from $100 to several $1,000s. So while the $1 million figure makes headlines, realistic expectations can still lead to some exciting finds. If you have a 1987 D quarter, here's what to do next. Examine it under bright light, check for unusual features, errors, odd shapes, missing letters. Look at the overall shine and where compare it to online coin guides. Consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for grading. It costs a bit to certify, but for a rare error coin or MS grade piece, it might be well worth it. Listed on reputable sites like eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections. Avoid pawn shops unless they specialize in rare coins. Get a professional appraisal before selling. Join a local coin club or Facebook group to get community insight. Knowledge is power. And in the coin world, it can be profitable too.